Is there a city buried under the sand? The Sahara Desert. A vast, unforgiving sea of sand stretching across North Africa. To us, it's one of the most desolate places on Earth. But what if I told you that beneath those endless dunes lies a secret so old it could rewrite human history? Satellite scans, peering deep below the surface, have revealed something impossible. Geometric shapes, ancient river networks, and colossal structures that look anything but natural. Some researchers are now asking a question that sounds like science fiction. Are these the remains of a lost civilization? A city buried for millennia, waiting to be found. Let's dig into the mystery of the city under the sand. To understand how a civilization could be lost in the Sahara, we first need to erase the image of the desert from our minds. Wind a clock back about 12,000 years. The Sahara wasn't a desert at all. It was a vibrant, green paradise. This period, known as the African humid period, transformed the landscape. Imagine vast lakes, some larger than any we have today. Picture dense forests teeming with life, and rivers, some even bigger than the modern Nile, crisscrossing the land. Elephants, giraffes, and hippos roamed freely. And wherever you find abundant water and wildlife, you find people. We know humans lived here. Their rock art, scattered across the region, shows them hunting, fishing, and thriving. If people were living here in large numbers, it's only logical they would have built things, not just small camps, but permanent settlements, villages, and maybe even cities. But then, in a geological blink of an eye, the world changed. The rains stopped, the lakes evaporated, and the green paradise turned into the bone-dry desert we see today. The question is, what happened to the people who lived there? And more importantly, what happened to what they built? Many ancient cultures have a flood myth, a story of a great deluge that wiped the world clean. It's often dismissed as legend, but some geologists believe that North Africa experienced a real-life cataclysmic event, a megaflood of unimaginable scale. The evidence is staggering. Think about it. How do you get whale fossils in the middle of the desert? Not just one or two, but entire graveyards of marine life, found hundreds of miles inland. Some theories suggest a massive influx of water from the Atlantic Ocean, or melting ice sheets poured across the continent. Such a flood wouldn't just be destructive, it would be world-altering. It would have been powerful enough to bury entire cities under layers of silt and sand, redirect the course of massive rivers, and carve deep, dramatic canyons into the landscape. If a thriving civilization existed in the Green Sahara, a flood of this magnitude could have swallowed it whole, erasing it from the surface of the earth almost overnight. The survivors would have been left with nothing but fragmented memory stories of a great flood and a city that vanished. This is where modern technology turns legend into a tangible possibility. For decades, we could only speculate, but now, satellites equipped with ground-penetrating radar are giving us our first glimpse beneath the sand. And what they're showing is astonishing. Across vast, seemingly empty stretches of the desert, these scans are revealing patterns that defy natural explanation. We're seeing perfectly straight lines, some stretching for miles. We're seeing formations with clean, 90-degree right angles. In some areas, subsurface grids of rectangular shapes appear, looking eerily like the layout of a planned city. What is even more compelling is that many of these structures are located along the banks of ancient, dried-up riverbeds exactly where you'd expect to find a major settlement. The erosion patterns around these anomalies are also different from the surrounding terrain, matching what you would expect to see if water once flowed around man-made structures. Geologists have a hard time explaining these features as natural formations. They don't look like rock strata or natural fault lines. They look architectural. They look designed. They look like the ghost of a city, waiting for us to uncover it. And the evidence gets even stranger. When teams on the ground use more localized ground-penetrating radar in certain areas, particularly in southern Algeria and northern Mali, they find more than just patterns. They find voids. Massive, empty spaces deep underground. We're talking about chambers larger than football fields, hollowed out beneath the bedrock. These aren't caves formed by water. Their shapes are too regular, their locations too specific. Geologists are baffled. They can't explain these anomalies through any known natural process, but the local Tuareg people, who have lived in the Sahara for generations, have their own explanation. They have legends of these places, calling them the chambers of the ancients. And it gets weirder. Some of these enormous underground voids appear to be connected by long, straight tunnels, forming a subterranean network that stretches for unknown distances. What were these chambers for? Were they natural formations that ancient people adapted, or were they constructed from scratch? Could they be part of the infrastructure of a massive, buried metropolis? The mystery of these underground anomalies is one of the most compelling pieces of the puzzle. When you look at the physical evidence alongside the cultural stories, the picture becomes even clearer. Across North and West Africa, from Egypt to Mauritania, the oral traditions of countless tribes tell similar stories. They speak of a city swallowed by sand. They tell tales of the people who vanished overnight. They whisper legends of golden rooftops buried under the dunes, still gleaming beneath the earth. One recurring theme is the idea of the desert that came in a single night, a memory of a sudden, catastrophic climate shift or a great flood that buried their world. For centuries, we've dismissed these as mere myths, campfire stories with no basis in reality. But what if they aren't myths? What if they are memories, distorted over thousands of years? Perhaps, but still, memories of a real event. A traumatic, world-changing event that saw a great civilization and its magnificent city lost to the sands of time. The satellite data, the radar scans, and the geologic evidence are now providing a scientific framework for these ancient legends, suggesting they may hold a profound truth. So, why does any of this matter? Finding an old city in the desert sounds cool, but the implications are far more profound. If a complex civilization, complete with urban planning and massive structures, existed in the Sahara 12,000 years ago, it would completely shatter our understanding of the ancient world. Our current history books tell us that the first great civilizations were Sumer in Mesopotamia and the Old Kingdom of Egypt, both emerging around 5,000 years ago. A Saharan civilization from this earlier period would predate them by thousands of years. It would mean that everything we thought we knew about the dawn of human society, the development of agriculture, architecture, and large-scale social organization is wrong. It would push the timeline for advanced human culture back into a period we've always called the Stone Age, a time we thought was dominated by small, nomadic, hunter-gatherer groups. The Sahara may not just be hiding an ancient city. It may be hiding the oldest city ever built by humankind. The very first chapter of our story. So, is there a lost civilization buried under the Sahara? The evidence is tantalizing and continues to grow. We have satellite images of impossible structures, radar scans of unexplained underground chambers, and ancient legends that suddenly seem much less like fantasy. But for now, the truth remains buried under millions of tons of sand, until we can mount a major archaeological expedition, until we can actually dig beneath those dunes and see what lies there with our own eyes. The lost city of the Sahara will remain a mystery. It's a final frontier of archaeology, right here on our own planet. What do you think? Do you believe these clues point to a real lost civilization? And if you had the chance, would you be brave enough to explore a place like this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you love exploring the world's greatest mysteries, make sure to subscribe.